Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another edition of the Webcast Horror Podcast with me, your host Paul McGhie, and this week I am joined yet again by Samantha Redford as we do part 2 of our Green Room commentary. That's right, Green Room from 2016 last year, a big indie horror hit starring Anton Yelchin, Patrick Stewart and Imogen Poots. We are halfway through this thing. We left it on a real cliffhanger. The band, the gang, are about to leave the green room. What will happen to them? Although the bigger cliffhanger is, will I ever work out what the fuck is on Sam, the guitarist's t-shirt in time before the end of the movie? We'll just have to wait and see. This is a lesson in doing your research before you watch the fucking movie for the third time, I guess. We're at 52 minutes and 1 second if you want to get your player ready to watch along, if that's what you're doing. Just before we get any further, this podcast, like all our podcasts, is sponsored by our very own feature film, Webcast. It is the story of two filmmakers who suspect that their neighbours have got someone kidnapped, got someone held against their will in their home, and so they start to run surveillance. Does it end well? So the biggest hint is it's a horror film. I'm going to leave it there. If you're interested in watching the trailer for Webcast, you can go to our website, which is isawthewebcast.com, and do that. You can also follow us on Twitter, same handle, isawthewebcast, or go to our Facebook page and do exactly the same thing, or Instagram. It's all the same. I saw the Webcast. That's where you'll find us. Please support this film. We're trying to get a cinema release for it before it heads over to DVD and VOD, and we need your help to do that. We need your sponsorship. I don't mean we need your money. We just need your praise. We just need you telling people about it and sharing that shit online. If you can do that for us, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I think that's everything that's needed for now. On with the show. Sam's t-shirt. Green room. Come on, Google. What is it? Images. Ah, god damn it. Can't find anything for it. I'm trying to think. I know I've seen it before. And it does have something written on it, but I can't see it from here. Fuck it. I'll find that out later. And then I'll add it to the podcast at the end. Yes, where are we? Oh, so they've come out now. Here we go. So they're like, we've just got to go outside. That's it. Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, it's so tense, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's shot really well. And like the exit and stuff. And it's... we've all been in those places, haven't we? Where it's just like a maze.
Someone said we should split up. And it's like, totally. It's like, no.
I know.
Never do that. Here we go.
But you know what? Actually, it saved them splitting up. So...
they didn't really split up. They just dispersed because the dog came at them. It's more of a panic run than anything. Ah, poor Tiger.
Oh, no.
Poor Tiger, he's done. And now I forget this dude's name, which is... Oh, I'm trying to escape. Tad. Tad's about to get... Oh, Jesus. Oh, just stabbed the fuck out of.
Oh, it's just
like... loving it.
Yeah, he just fucking love it, doesn't he?
Jesus. Look at this guy loving the fucking dog. Chewing the shit out of his throat. It's horrible.
Oh, she does really well as well. I just feel bad that, we all know what happens.
Yeah, she's going to come to a sticky end too. But she's resourceful.
Yeah, that's why I like her.
Fire extinguisher.
Oh.
I guess the rule of thumb in this kind of shit is you can only have one or two surviving. Otherwise, it's not as horrific.
And you can't have too many characters either, because
you're just pitting them down, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And then you don't care, and then it's not as gruesome.
Oh, shotgun under the bar. That's going to become relevant in a bit. Oh, this is good too. Like, yeah. I'm not sure if feedback does that to a dog, like a dog whistle, but it's a hell of a way to if you've written yourself into a corner, like she's getting mashed up by a dog on the stage, it's a pretty good way out.
Yeah. As well, dogs are like, are pretty strange when it comes to noises. You can have a dog that's really, really vicious, but if a firework goes off,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Suddenly gets scared, and all dogs are scared by different things. So it's completely plausible.
Oh, here he is picking up the subplot. You got the set list there, and it's the same song. Is this where they're going to find shit out or figure shit out? Back to the green room. Run away.
I always feel like, why are they stopping in front of the door? Get in.
It's like, where are the others? It's like, it's us. That's it. Nice way of putting it.
Yeah. And really nice shot of the door as well for that split second longer than it.
Yeah.
It needed to be. It was just really nice to know that, I like that.
God damn it, I really need to find out what her fucking t-shirt's all about now.
Sorry.
That's interesting. I've just someone pointed out that this is a little bit like the film Straw Dogs, which I guess it kind of is a bit. Have you seen Straw Dogs?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Well, there's two versions of it. There was a remake made a couple of years ago. I don't think that's worth watching over the original, where it's Dustin Hoffman plays a kind of metropolitan American guy who comes to live in a rural country town in England with his wife, and they just accidentally rub up the kind of the hooligan country folk in the wrong way, not intentionally, and then like they come after them in their house, and Dustin Hoffman has to kind of David and Goliath his way out of it.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good film. I like this, like the over the shoulder shots of Gabe and Patrick Stewart, like Gabe just looking like he's getting more and more worn out by the shit that's occurring.
You know what, though?
I sign up for this shit.
I was kind of wondering, actually, why... Because this is something I asked at the beginning. Because I assumed that Gabe was above the people with the red laces. And obviously you're... I said that to you the first time we watched it, you said, oh, no, because obviously he gets the red laces later on. He said, oh, no, I think he's just new to it. But I think that's probably why... Patrick Stewart's kind of Darcy's taken him under his wing a little bit, because maybe he thinks that there's a little bit of swaying. He's not as easy to control as the others, but he knows he'll be quite valuable.
I think he's eager to impress, so they're giving him... it says later on, like, he's... I think he's been with them for like a year or so, and he's earning his stripes, as it were. Oh, here we go. So now he knows. He's like, oh shit, which one of you did it? It's a good reason that she's in the room, because she can tell the truth. There you are. You want him to know? I'm surprised he lets him leave at this point. Oh man. There it is, folks. The whole subplot revealed. They were fucking off. But this is also the moment that Patrick Stewart realises it too. God damn it. I'm going to have to find out what that t-shirt is later. Ain't Rights regular t-shirt. What's this? Oh, someone's got like an Ain't Rights. Oh, you can buy the Ain't Rights t-shirt. Nice.
Brilliant.
T-shirts. In green room. Oh, here he goes. Look, he's clocked it. The new car. It's like, why didn't you want him on the door? Oh, something about him and the girl. Why does anyone keep their fucking keys under the sunblind? That's such bullshit. Here he is. Look. Now he knows. He was running away. So this is a creepy little line he gives here as well. Like, little lovebirds. But more importantly, there's the bat wrapped in plastic. I think there's blood on it too.
So what the bat thing? I can't
Here you
remember what
go.
that was from.
This is it explained. So recognise this. He's like, no. This is how you find out a bit about these two. He's like, no, of course not. You were still handing out leaflets when the boys made their bones. So yeah, it's from last season. He's not been with that long. Supposed to disappear after the boot party, which means somebody was killed with that bat. And they were going. So they weren't just leaving. They were going to do a whole. They were going to get them arrested. They were going to implicate them in a murder. So all of a sudden, Patrick Stewart's like, "Oh, it turns out this whole clusterfuck is a good thing."
Did you see what I mean about Gabe's character though? You know, if he was one of the kind of other guys that has the shaved heads and the red laces, or was wanting to be that,
Yeah,
Patrick Stewart wouldn't have anything to do with them because they're already taken care of. But Gabe's character is very intelligent, and you can see him wavering quite a lot throughout the entire film, and him being very unsure of both himself and the situation. So I do feel that like Patrick Stewart, well, Darcy, has to keep Gabe close because he knows that he needs to control him a bit more because he feels that he's valuable. He's on
the. Oh, it's a Dead Kennedys t-shirt. Oh my god! Sorry, I just saw it written on a thing. It's a Dead Kennedys t-shirt. There we go.
There we go.
And Dead Kennedys wrote the song "Nazi Pucks." No, Nazi punks. Fuck off. So that's the relevance there. They sang the song that they performed at the beginning.
Nice.
Sorry, that totally threw me. What were we saying? Yeah, Gabe. Yeah, no, I think that from the way that they dress him, so he's slightly, he's got like a number 2 or a number 3 shaven head. He's going to be the character to turn. He's actually the lead in Blue Ruin as well, and looks incredibly different in that. Big beard. Long scraggly hair. Oh shit, that's a big shotgun. That is nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
Right to the cheek. Oh, and just before that you had Patrick Stewart basically working out that the shotgun was still in the bar. The cut to the neck. And that's that is a proper like, I'm gonna chop you in the neck, but I'm not gonna do it so wholeheartedly that your head will come off. It's just like take that.
You know what? I saw one of the guys at my work yesterday. He's got like a massive scar on his neck, like it's probably like about 4 inches long. Yeah. And probably about a centimetre wide, like this big scar. And I've always wondered what it was, but obviously only just like, oh, should I ask? So I asked him yesterday, and he got stabbed in the neck.
Jesus, in the neck.
He didn't realise he literally like caught one of his arteries. And he had like a 20% chance of surviving. He lost like 5 pints of blood or something.
Shit.
And they were like, it's a miracle that you're alive. You should have just died then and there. But he didn't even know he'd been stabbed in the neck. He was just in a fight. His mate was in a fight. So he jumped in to save him. And then all of his mates were like, what the fuck? Oh, bad shot.
Poor Sam.
I know. If she'd have been playing more zombies, she'd have been alright,
It's gonna crack the joke there. Do you think she's dead? Maybe. Oh dear.
It's mad though, isn't it? How can you not even notice you've been stabbed in the neck, in an like nicking an artery?
Oh, I suppose like your body goes into shock, adrenaline, all those things would play a part. I suppose.
It's just nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Then there were 2, I guess. I love this bit where he's like, she's like, I'm lucky. They were going to just shoot me. They want to have them all torn apart by dogs. Look at Gabe now. He's like, I cannot take any more of this shit.
Yeah.
Look at his face. And they got the keys at last. I think that's his point. That's his breaking point.
And these are all really important things, aren't they? Because you don't really notice it maybe the first time because you're so caught up by the characters.
You're watching and it's just the experience is just being kind of thrown at you. You're like bam, but I think it's really well put together.
Darcy's point where he loses it a little bit is when he starts saying about there not being, it's taking too long.
Yeah, that was a really insightful moment as well, where he basically says, "Oh, if we don't do this soon, basically says, oh, it's gonna be bad for me. Oh, for us." Like, he doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself and the money. There's this is great. I think Pat's like, I can't die here with you. Nice. Yeah, really nice. Oh god. Oh, actually, I totally skipped a bit because I think we were talking earlier.
Oh, what?
But when they were talking about their desert island bands.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'll do this quick because the pep talk is coming. But it's when they were all leaving to go out of the green room, they all gave like what their real desert island bands would be. So first of all, it was like, oh yeah, I'd be like the Dead Kennedys. Oh, I'd be like Misfits. And it's like, it's all the cool punk bands that they're really into. But then they go out and it's like, oh fuck, it'd be Prince. It'd be Sam's like, it would be Simon and Garfunkel.
That was a really nice moment.
Imogen Poots was like Madonna. And then she says someone else who's like proper hardcore. She's like, I'm still hardcore. Like, she's hardcore to the bone, where the rest of them are just, it's a little bit of a pretense because they're in a band. But yeah, now he gets to do the rest of his pep talk.
Wow. Go on, you explain the rules of paintballing.
Yeah. What else is going on? So Rick gets fired. Oh yeah, this is just about, if you treat it like a game and you don't give a fuck, you've got a better chance of surviving. And that's almost like I suppose the moral to this tale is you have to do something. If you just sit and wait, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
So better to be proactive than sitting around. Because the longer you sit around, the greater the chances of you getting blown away.
What did Betty say?
Oh, Betty's on the phone.
Oh.
I
thought she was saying something. I was like, what?
Hang on. I'm going to pause.
I think, you know what? I'm
Actually,
going to pause mine.
It, 3, 2, 1, and play
shit.
again.
Pretend dead.
Pretend dead, indeed. So while they're having a chat and they're trying to work out what they're going to do with the camouflage and all that shit and their last kind of final over the top thingamajig, we're going to do a bit called Working Titles, Sam. That's the that's the working title of this bit. And in this bit, we think, so Green Room, had kind of had reviews that went either way. So I came up with some ideas of how we could have made perhaps a different film that might have been accepted a bit better, kind of using the words and maybe just changing them around a bit. Okay. So instead of Green Room, you're right there.
Yeah, I just thought of something.
Instead of Green Room,
I just thought of something because you know that picture I showed you on Imgur, the one that we posted.
Oh, what was the picture?
That really made me laugh. When Jim was trying to look up a review for Green Room when it first came out.
Yes.
On Google, it showed a picture of like just a really nice, pleasant green room.
Oh, yes.
Like a painted green room that was really nice, like a hotel room.
Very good.
And I just got kind of like an image of Green Room being a very different film. As like the Trivago woman is the psychopath. It plays Darcy.
Nice.
And it's like Trivago, the room at the best price. The best price. The price of your life.
Nice.
That sort of thing.
You get there. That's it. That's exactly how this works. All right.
Okay, good.
So
got it.
I want to pitch this idea to you. How about the Clean Room, which is stay with me, a punk band looking for a new business opportunity. Witness a tidy up in a Nazi club. Keen not to let their secret cleaning formula get out into the open, a heavy mix of vinegar and ultra-right opinions. The Nazis hold them hostage until they have cleaned their minds of the secret formula. That's the Clean Room.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Clean Room.
Got number 2. I got the Bean Groom.
The Bean Groom.
Yeah. Which is
okay.
Adolf and Ava in love. They seem to have everything they want. Nice house, good car, control of Germany and the Third Reich. All that's left is to tie the knot. But Adolf has a dark secret. He's not really human. He's made of a community of super intelligent beings.
Brilliant. I like it.
And my last one is the Gene Broom.
Gene Broom.
Yeah, which is kind of loosely based on the Green Room and the film Joy, in which Joy just can't catch a break. She's spent her life inventing things, but finds herself trapped by her responsibilities to her parents and their far-right club in the middle of the woods. One day, whilst mopping up some nasty leftover booze on the floor of the club, she discovers just how absorbent her genes are. Joy invents the Gene Broom. But will it be a big winner with the other neo-Nazis' mums with the cleaning to do?
That's the best one. Brilliant. That is the best one. That wins.
Excellent.
That wins. I can't think of any.
Well, I had time and made notes, so next time I'll give you time to work out some. All right, back to the movie. Oh, we missed a bit there where Patrick Stewart tells Gabe, when he gives him the red laces, that he's also laced that heroin that he gave the band with something nasty. So he's,
Oh, I missed that totally last time.
Yeah, he's basically, tidying up loose ends. Well, he's tidying up loose ends from the minute he arrives. But it's quite cool to see. Oh, and they've drugged the poor dog. Well, I say poor dog, it is a killer.
Coffee.
And the dog runs away.
Hang on. Sorry, Paul.
What's up?
Pause 1 second.
All right, yep. Pause.
I basically, I had a second coffee. When I had the second coffee, I got flashing lights. So it's the caffeine, so I can't drink it. I'm sorry. Save it for me for later, and then I might be able to drink it later. Sorry. He just looks at me and was just like,
slam the door. All right, I'm going to unpause the film. I'm on 23:48. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. All right, this is the bit.
It reminds me of someone. I can't remember who it is. I saw this the first time, and I just don't know who it is.
I think this is quite interesting because obviously Patrick Stewart has now left. And it's just these two. But as they start to fuck up, they're all about, don't tell Darcy. So his kind of web of fear is actually the reason they're all going to fuck up, because they're all too scared to tell him that something's gone wrong. I love this.
Yeah.
This is, just go mad. Just go apeshit. It's the only way to survive.
I do like this bit.
Well, when he's jumped down into the heroin thing and they've coloured their faces with Sharpie pens. Yeah, this is great because it's all. This is so. Yeah, I love this from the sofa. It's a good. It's a good ploy.
And she's like, "Oh, it's brilliant." But I was thinking, "Oh yeah, she just must have like." Oh, I just really like it. She's like a little worm.
She just surprises them. 3 shots. Would you like to hear some of the comments that people have made on IMDb about this movie?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I like this. This interaction was quite nice between Brycey Vank and Misfit X Fiend. Okay, so Brycey Vank, this is what they thought of the movie. Why is this movie getting such good reviews? Right now, I feel like I just watched an extremely typical thriller about kids in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nothing stands out. Yes, it was brutal, and yeah, there was some tension, but nothing that deserves the praise it's getting. Am I missing something? It's quite brash. And Misfits X Fiend just says, "Yeah, you missed a lot, apparently."
Burn!
Yeah, total burn. Oh, here she goes. Oh, she's a killer and a half. Does Imogen Poots kill everybody in this movie from that side of the fence?
She's just so awesome, isn't she?
She just box cut that guy's neck from... And actually, her coming out of the sofa was such a Vietnam move. It was like just seeing... It's like Apocalypse Now, where Martin Sheen comes out of the water, but from a sofa. Very similar, I thought.
You know what I also like about this film?
Yeah.
Is the fact that, like, no one's deemed as being stupidly attractive.
True.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like horror films are starting to steer away from that. I know that Imogen Poots she's a beautiful woman, but because of her haircut and the way that she is and the way that she's dressed, like she's not like a bikini clad bimbo.
I think
she's like, I don't know, like she's just very...
Yeah. Well, I think that's within the context of the film. I'm not sure incredibly attractive people join things like this. It's more of a move for people that are kind of, they're on the margins. and your looks probably have something to do with that.
Well, that's the thing. I think for me is like a lot of the horror films that you see, that we have seen in the past and nowadays. It doesn't seem to matter what the plot is. They just go for the best looking people.
Well, they know sex sells as well. Like that comes into it. Whereas this is step above, I suppose. Although I imagine getting Imogen Poots meant that they got more money.
Yeah, probably.
Like that kind of thing counts, I think.
But she's a good actor, and she's not like just been made up so she's pretty.
Yeah. This is,
You know
and
what I mean?
she's clever as well. Like she's thrown
Yeah,
down
she is.
her mate's dead body as a. Do you know what? She'd be very good in not Imogen Poots as such, but this character against Predator. I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
She's got all that going on. Come here, kill me now.
Ah, come on, gangly arm.
God damn it! Trying to put the thing in. Yeah, just throw the gun at him. I love that. When there's no bullets left, throw the fucking gun. Oh, but this is look. I mean, like, if she'd gone from slightly panicky, hysterical, shy girl who saw her mate get stabbed in the head to this moment here, where, hang on, where is it? Come on, get to it. Yeah, they're wrestling around. Here we go. Jumps down. That's a fairly big jump. Shall I box cutter this fucker? Shall I box cut him? No. I'm going to pick up the gun. I'm going to load the gun very casually. And then I'm just going to empty 2 fucking bullets. One to the neck, one to the head. Like she did that so casually.
Yeah. It's like, it's just so, I really like her. I think she's brilliant.
Would you like to hear another burn from IMDb?
Yes, I would love to hear another burn from IMDb.
So this is by Mr. McMurphy, who says, because it promotes the white male patriarchy narrative, so many want to exist. That doesn't make any sense. Let me read that again. Because it promotes the white male patriarchy narrative, so many want to exist. I see evil white supremacists in movies, but I've only met one actually racist white person in my entire life.
What?
Oh, yeah. He was honestly confused, apparently. But poop into each other's butts forever replied.
Just repeat that name.
Quite cattily. Also, the Holocaust didn't happen and jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Tell him, brother. Oh, nice. Nice. You're calling him a conspiracy nuthead. Nice. I like it. Yeah. Oh, here's Gabe basically giving up. I don't want to go to jail, man. I get all the shit jobs around here. I have to clean up dead bodies everywhere. Oh, dear. I think I have... Oh, yeah, someone else added to that. So Mathis 1 added to that whole comment. Then you must not get out much or live in a social utopia. I have met dozens of white racists and a couple dozen non-white racists. Then again, I live in Idaho. So what you're telling me is Idaho is basically either white racists or non-white racists. She seems to have met about the same amount of both.
Fair enough. She's got a tally at home. How many people did I meet today? 5. How many were white supremacists? 3.
Oh, actually, I like
3. Oh,
the detail in there is that I've met dozens of white racists and a couple dozen non-white racists. So actually,
there are dozens of us.
There's more racists. There's only 24 non-white racists that she knows. So there we are. All right.
But
so
then
now...
surely it's a silly comment, isn't it? That I can't remember what his name is made, because you don't really walk around and like, if you were talking about any horror film, you don't go, well, I don't see many murderers walking around the streets with machetes. No, fucking no. You know what? Funny enough, neither do I. So it's completely unbelievable. At least we know neo-Nazis. I've
only ever seen one man with a machete, and that was on the internet in a jungle. Where do you live? Yeah. Poop into each other's butts forever. That's a reference to a film called, I think, You, Me and Everyone We Know, or something like that it is.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's a good film. That's the best bit of the film, is when a 8-year-old boy is internet chatting with a woman, and it turns out that it's his teacher, but they don't know each other, and he's just like, maybe you should poop. Maybe we should poop into each other's butts. Maybe we should poop into each other's butts forever. And it's this really odd, but quite funny scene. Anyway, back to the film. Like, I like this because this is the moment they hear a gunshot and he's like, oh, how many of them did you see die? And he's like, I saw 2 of them die. And then this is the point where old shy Pat here decides that he's going to get revenge. So it's not about escaping anymore. I'm going out there to find them and then do something about it. And Imogen Poots is with him on that one. Yeah, let's go do it. Because she's killed like 4 people now.
I love it how they just kind of let this guy go. They just immediately trust him.
I think, yeah, but he looks like he's done anyway.
Oh no, he's totally done. But like, you know, if you're in that position and you were,
yeah, I mean, he could have just turned around
yourself.
Yeah, he could have just shouted, but from afar. But he doesn't, I suppose. Oh, Betty's put her hand up. Yes, you at the back in the grey. Yes.
Hi.
Shout louder though, because the mic won't pick it up.
Which review is the one where? Because I know that they were all singing Sam and Joe's praises in Webcast, but what was the one where they were like really like?
Oh, I can't remember. I'd have to look into it. Sorry. That's not
Really
relevant to the green room. But Webcast has had many great reviews. Anyway, let's plug the film. Hold up. We're at the end now. So this is where they're approaching the dog guy, and it's going to be Patrick Stewart in a second. But before we get to that, I think I have one more point to say on IMDb. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I love this. This is just at the end of this honestly confused and people going, oh, white supremacist, I've never met one. Blah, blah, blah. And then Augustus Octavian just wanders in and says, I wouldn't get into such a situation to begin with because I'm a very conservative, risk-averse person.
What did you say?
Oh, no. That's okay. The podcast heard it. I'm going to repeat it for you, though. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Sam?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You just kind of like, you kind of just went, and I couldn't hear anything, cut out and then cut back in.
Augustus Octavian said, I wouldn't get into such a situation to begin with because I'm a very conservative, risk-averse person. This is the best decision of dealing with the situation, not to get into it. I love that. That's life advice. If you're in a band and you go to a neo-Nazi gig to play and you witness a murder and get trapped in, well, your mistake is right there. You shouldn't have done any of that shit to begin with. Just stay at home.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do anything.
Stay at home.
Yeah. Be a very conservative, risk-averse person. That is the best decision of dealing with the situation, not to get into it. Thank you.
Does everyone realise that they're on IMDb and that Green Room was a film?
Do you know the sad thing is, I hit IMDb.
People know this?
IMDb have taken, they've shut down their message boards, which is a real shame. Because gold like this.
Oh, that is such a shame.
I know. We'll have to try and find it on a Reddit subgroup or something. Anyway, look at this killer shot of Imogen Poots with a shotgun. That is like, yeah, you can make a poster out of that shot. That's a t-shirt waiting to happen.
She's sick, isn't she? She's just sick.
So I guess
She's
this is where we get the reveal of what it was they were going to do. You got the Beware of Dog.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's a band reunion. Not quite the band reunion you'd like, I suppose.
No, well, not for them anyway. I mean, Darcy's loving it, but
they can record. They can record that 7-inch vinyl now. Yeah.
You know what?
3 down, 1 to go.
I think you know at this point.
Yeah.
I think you'd understand that they have to kind of explain what the subplot is because everything's been mumbled so much.
Well, this is quite obvious.
But to make it more realistic, I'd like to see them a bit more bothered about their mates being dead on the floor. Because if you used to see a dead body, this is the thing that weirds me out, is that like, you know, you've got these people, they're normal people, and then they're in a punk band. I mean, it's not like if you're in a punk band, you see death very often. And they've just seen all this death, and they're like,
as
totally
much as anyone else.
And they're just like, okay, cool. Let's just go, like, put Sharpie on our face then, yeah? Cool, yeah.
I don't know.
Let's just see my friends. Oh, they're making it look like it's us. My friend's dead on the floor. I'll ignore that.
I think that's an adrenaline thing. I think that's like you'd worry about that later because you're still worried about your own survival. This is interesting though because he's come up here now and he's like, "Are we doing this then?" to Imogen Poots, and she's like, "Why else would we have come up here if we weren't going to shoot them?" He was like, "I don't know." He's still being pat. He's almost like, I thought maybe I don't know. And then
That's
this is
the
a fucking
shot.
nightmare.
Go back a second. I
won't go back. I'm going to let it run through. Go on. What were we going to say?
That shot where
he's looking over.
The camera goes on Pat,
Yeah.
and you've got the sky.
Yeah.
That's a really weird colour graded shot.
Oh, really?
So all of a sudden it goes so much darker. It really put me off the first time I watched it. I think because I had quite a lot to drink and I was very tired, that shot was really blinding.
Oh.
But it's so bright.
Well, it might just be because it was a bright day and it's a hard shot to do. They have to work out the lenses and stuff. This I love. Can I just say that he does something, he just walks away. I love that he just gets shot the fuck to pieces and nearly shoots them, nearly pulls off one. That's not too far away from him.
Where are you? Because I think I'm behind.
Oh yeah, you might go behind. But Patrick Stewart walking away at that bit, that goes back to that whole thing about don't just stand there, do something. He does do something.
Yeah.
But he walks away and it's like, it's probably his only move, but it's still a funny move. It's like, these guys are going to shoot you. What do you do? Fuck it. I'm just going to walk back to my house, see what happens.
Oh, there's the guys dead from doing the old heroin, laced with
I think
bad
you
stuff.
shot ahead of me now. Yeah. So this is the whole montage of kind of things. Yeah, here we go. So there's the clubhouse.
Are you in? Oh yeah, the clubhouse.
No, you're right though. Yeah, the guy, the one
and
guy.
Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe is. Yeah, here comes Gabe going. Oh, we need police.
Okay, I'm a tiny bit behind.
Not wearing red laces. Not wearing the red laces. I notice. Make a point of that. There's that mountain. There was that mountain in the background. Oh, this whole film's been ruined now. Hang on. I thought this film was happening
I didn't even see the mountain.
on the East Coast. You've lied to me.
I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, mountain looks like a mountain, doesn't it?
I love the fact. Would you like to actually? Before we run out of time on this, there are some other goofs. I'll have to find them. Where did I put them? There was one about. Here's a goofy note for you to realise about the bit with the shotgun sequence there, where he was trying to.
So who's the guy that's eating cereal? Is he?
That's the guy who was the murderer. He's not dead yet, basically.
He's not dead yet.
No. Here we go.
Is he going to be dead?
I don't know. He doesn't look like he's taken the heroin, so maybe not. Hang on, we'll wait.
And then he's sweating and like rocking and shit.
Oh, maybe he's taken it and he knows he's fucked. Here comes the doggy. They're like, just guns up. Brilliant. We'll let it play out before I give the notes. They just look badass now. I love this.
Oh, and that little dog as well.
Oh God, you really do see them at this point, don't you? As well. Oh Jesus.
I didn't even see them. I'm so concentrated on the dog because I just like dogs.
No, that's the third time I've watched it. It's the only time I've seen them. And this is end shot. But it's great because this goes back to, it's almost like a giant, really unfunny, darkly joke here. Well, it's not. It is funny because he's like, hey, I just realised what my band would be. Come on, man, say it. I know what it is.
I'm waiting as well.
She's like, what is? I finally know.
I've not even got to that point yet.
Oh, shit. Go on.
Oh, I know what it is.
My Desert Island Band. This is just a great, what a line to finish the film on. Go on, Imogen. Tell somebody who gives a shit.
I'm so behind.
It's a nice way of finishing. So some added goofs just to add on to that. Apparently, when Pat excuse me, I'll try and read like a fucking adult. When Pat fires the final shot of 3 shots left, his handgun is left in the cocked position. If the gun were truly empty, the slide would have been in the eject mode. Idiots.
Oh, fuck
Jesus.
me.
How did they not fucking see that?
You know what? Oh.
Okay.
My God.
And here's one entitled Incorrectly Regarded as Goofs. When Tiger plays a vinyl LP on the phonograph in Tad's apartment, he cues the record to the beginning. But the song that plays first is track 7 of side 1 of that album. Later, in a shot of the vinyl disc spinning silently with the needle all the way over to the disc label, you can see that the disc has 5 medium-length tracks. But the album supposedly played has 8 short songs on both sides. Though, to be honest, we have no way of knowing how many records they played after the first one. It's like, this is completely wrong. Having said that, it might not fucking matter at all. No, it doesn't. But thank you for your comment.
Thank you for your goof. That was great.
Yeah. So that's the end of Green Room.
God.
What do you think of it from a second viewing? albeit one that
I
we
still really like the
talked
film.
over. Yeah,
I think all the characters are very believable. They all have reasons for doing something. I mean, I always have a little bit of a jipe when you've got a big group of characters in a horror film, because I do feel that to make a horror film more effective and more scary, you have to care about the characters. But then again, there were so many of them and there was such a big plot, it didn't really leave much room for you to care enough about the characters. I think it could be improved that way. But then again, I wouldn't change anything about it. I did really like it.
Takes a very skilled writer to write a whole bunch of characters in the horror film that you care about. The go-to on this is always Predator. And the fact that you've got like 6 or 7 characters in the first 45 minutes who are established and then get picked off, and they're all fantastic characters. Like, they're all really well drawn. The things they say, just, it does everything. Although, having said that, I mean, those are supposed to be big, ballsy, almost unreal characters, whereas they were supposed to be a kind of shoegazing punk band type thing. Yeah, I suppose
that's what the Desert Island band.
Yes,
really
that's a great device.
I think that was
for
why it was meant to be
are.
trying to make them human and who.
Yeah,
but
totally.
Still, I think it was because it was such a big plot. It needed time to explain it, and you needed to see the amount of the other characters like Darcy and Gabe enough for that to kind of make sense, and to be more sinister, to make them more human, which kind of leads them to error, which is how they get out. If you didn't see that, then it just wouldn't be believable, I don't think. And that was one of the biggest things I loved about it, which I think a lot of other films are lacking in, is believability.
I think it shows, it's the difference between a somewhat horror thriller and one that's really tightly put together. And I think this is. Yeah. I definitely say go watch Blue Ruin, because Macon Blair, I think it's how you say his name, Macon Blair, who's the guy who plays Gabe, in the lead role in that, in a film that's not too dissimilar to this one. It's definitely, you can feel it could be part of the same world for sure.
Okay.
In which he plays a guy whose parents were murdered by a member of a notoriously known family of criminals.
Is this Batman?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? Actually, yeah. Imagine Batman, but Macon Blair in that. Who actually Macon Blair ended up, he co-produced Green Room as it goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but in that, I mean, he's basically homeless, living in a car. And this is all to do with like the effects of him see either he saw his parents murdered or how that played on him as a teenager. And in that film, it's the story of him taking out revenge on that guy as he gets out of prison, and the complications that occur beyond that. And it's really good. I think a lot of the reviews I saw of Green Room talked about how people prefer Blue Ruin to Green Room. Green Room's like a bigger film, I suppose. Like, you've taken a very simple structure in Blue Ruin as a debut feature, and then off the back of that, he's got some bigger actors in. Oh, and actually, we should probably mention, actually, like, I don't know how many other films we're going to get to see Anton Yelchin in. I'm not sure how many other films he completed before he tragically died last year.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool film, Green Room, for him to be in, and like.
Yeah, I know. It's such a shame. He's he is a really talented actor.
Yeah, totally. I think about Alpha Dog, was that the other thing I remember him being in, which was really cool. And obviously he's in the Star Trek films.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, he seems like actually a really nice person as well.
Yeah.
You know, you get some people that kind of, I don't know, like, is an actual person, like, as an actor, you care about him. And he's, really talented. It is a shame.
It is.
What a horrible way to go.
But a really cool film to leave as part of your legacy, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
it's a shame it's had mixed reviews. I find that really bizarre. But then again, I suppose some people are so caught up with the old style horror of there's a bad person that has no layers to them, that is just a baddie, and then there's the victims that do stupid things and they're in a situation that is completely unrealistic. Whereas this is a kind of a new horror, I would say.
A new
this
breed
is
of horror.
Modern horror.
Yeah, perhaps there's something in that because this film was marketed as a horror, there's a lot of hardcore horror fans that go into it thinking it's going to be one thing, and actually it's more of a thriller than it is a horror. It's a horror because it's gory, but it's I mean, this is like a typical what would you do situation.
Yeah, totally.
Which I love that kind of idea. That's what Webcast is. But that means it's not. I can see how maybe like a real horror fan who likes their slasher flicks or their supernatural flicks, etc., may come out of this going, well, I thought it was going to be more horror based than what it is.
I think you have to take each film that you watch. I mean, I think if you are a true horror fan, you have to look at each film independently.
Yeah.
And appreciate it in that way. I mean, you've got slashers, you've got kind of more thrillers, like Twisted Nerve. That's pure thriller horror.
I've not seen Twisted Nerve.
Oh, it's so good. It's the whole Kill Bill there.
Oh, right.
That thing. It's from that film, and it's such a brilliant film. I mean, you have like a disclaimer at the beginning about like mental health, but it's so ahead of its time. It's really, really, really clever, but it's such a brilliant film. But that's like not gory at all. I mean, I wouldn't say that's. I would say that is. I'm surprised it's not a cult horror because that is brilliant. I would say that's probably on par with Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, really?
Personally, which
What's it called again?
Isn't. It's called Twisted Nerve.
Twisted Nerve.
It might be a Twisted Nerve.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good film. Really well thought out. The characters develop loads, and it's a really nice. I think you should just watch it. It's like something I don't want to ruin at all for you because it is. You don't watch the trailer. The trailer is one of those sort of old school trailers.
Yeah.
It makes the film look terrible, and then you watch it, and it's really, really good.
Cool. I will check that out. Maybe we'll do a podcast about it.
I totally would love that because it is a brilliant film.
Yeah, well, that would be cool. Cool. All right. Well, let's wrap up the podcast there because the film has finished. So I hope you enjoyed that, listeners. All 9 of you. Or we've got 14 now. I can't remember. Anyway.
What? We've got 14.
I think so. Maybe I listened to it twice.
As in people are listening.
Not now, but like.
Oh right. I was like, what?
We're not live.
Live?
We're not live. No.
That's why I was like, I didn't expect that. There's me being like, I'm just going to go to the toilet.
Let's do the wrap up. We can record the wrap up and put it on. So Sam, what are you doing for the rest of the week? Any plans?
Ooh, I'm going to go to some museums today.
Nice. Nice.
I know.
Good shit. Yeah.
Get the old culture in, soak it in. How about you,
Soak in
Paul?
the culture. I am going to pay some bills by working, I think.
Now that is, you know what? That is in tune with the horror genre.
Well, yeah.
It really is.
Oh, and then I'm going to feed the family of people I kidnapped in the basement as well.
Ah, yeah.
Obviously,
of course.
make sure they're okay. Anyway, do you want to say goodbye to our listeners?
Bye, listeners.
Yes. Bye-bye, listeners. All right. See, I think next time we're doing this commentary, we're going to do, what's it called? The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That'll be the next one. So look out for that. And yes, we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.